and welcome to yet another episode of What's on My Table. And today we've got a very interesting product as always. And this is none other than the smart tracking camera holder from the brand Telesin. You might have heard of this Chinese brand which is off late making some very interesting products. And this is one such product I thought I should purchase and review and use in my everyday vlogging, because this can improve the production quality of your shoots quite a bit. And let's go ahead and open it right away. What are we waiting for? And as always, we go bottoms up and try to open it without damaging this seal. So here we go. We've got some little warning on not to use it with magnetic devices. Apart from that, we pull this open. Yes. This is just other cardboard. And here is the actual device. You can have a good look at it. It's made quite well. I think weighs around 350 grams. It's got a tripod mount on top. The quarter 20. Doesn't move in all directions and it rotates. It's got this little USB-C connector, one button, a camera in front and two lights. And that's about this device. We've got some other things inside there. Let me check what this is. That looks like a charging cable. And there's also a little remote control here. Let me show it to you. Here is the little remote control. As you can see, it's really small. It's got something like a joystick and one more button below here. So let's go ahead and see how we can operate this. So it looks like you got to switch this on by pressing this button. And yeah, as I switch it on, you can see a little light comes up there. And I can actually hold the base and use the remote to probably switch on the remote first so it pairs with the device. And then I can move it left or right. Or if I press the up button, it kind of takes a complete 360 turn at a specific speed. And I hope you're able to see this. If I press the down button, it does the exact reverse in the anti-clockwise direction. So let's just do manually. Small movements. That's pretty smooth. But the main purpose of this device is to ensure that you can concentrate on what you do best, which is vlogging or probably talking about a product. So let's go ahead and try and mount a particular device on this. For now, I'm just going to mount this particular phone mount onto this. And let's see how it tracks me. So I'm going to keep this on a tripod so it's a little easier for you to understand. And so you can see it. I'll actually try and set up this tripod a little lower so you get a first-hand view of what's happening. So I've gone ahead and mounted this particular phone onto this device and put a few tripod legs, 3 of them, so it stays stable. And I only have the blue light on in front. So what I'm going to do now is switch on this button once, so it moves into what's known as the tracking mode. And now I'm going to record this and show how this goes. So as I move towards the camera or away from it, you can see it's tracking me. So again, moving back into this side slowly, and it's tracking me. So I can talk, I can walk, and it's going to keep tracking me. And this, it actually does this to a good distance, around 30 feet or 40 feet. So I can't do that test right now because it's in the middle of the night. But it's doing a pretty good job. It's not very smooth. It's a little jerky, but it's not too bad either. As you can see it, it's continuously rotating and tracking me as I move across the room. And I think it's a pretty effective tool while you're vlogging or you're doing a cooking video, maybe in the kitchen, where you've got things moving in, moving out. You've got props that you're taking in to the frame. So you don't really need an assistant to track your movements while you're doing something. And if you're probably doing a conference or doing a talk, I think it's going to track you fairly well. So for the cost I paid, which is around 2,400 Indian rupees, that's hardly around $30. I think it's a great production tool, which will improve the quality of your production. So let's turn this around and let me just show you how this is tracking me on the other side as well. So for now, I'm just going to rotate it this way, so you can have a clear look at what it's tracking. Let me darken this. I'll go on to the other side. I'm right here. And you can see it's tracking me fairly well. You can see it's moving towards me as I walk away. And it's still tracking. I can come back and it's slowly moving along with me as I talk. So it's got a face detection mode probably on the camera. And it does it pretty well. So while it's running in the auto detection mode, will I be able to move it? Yes. It does move. That's a good feature. So you could overrun any movement if you want to move it across. So I think that's a pretty good start for now. Let's move the cameras back so we can see how this works. I'm going to try and come back. Oh, it lost me. So let's try and do this again. It's tracking me well if I'm a little slow. And yes, it's tracked me throughout the room. So if you think this would really help you up your production value, just don't think twice. Go for it. I'll drop a link in the description, and you should definitely consider purchasing the Telesin smart tracking device for your camera or your phone. In terms of these specifications, it can handle up to 500 grams, which is half a kg. So any of your smaller mirrorless cameras with a basic lens would easily work on top of this tripod mount. I was also thinking about interesting combinations where I could connect 2 of these together and have a pan tilt kind of movement, both being controlled by the remote. Or if you're just moving across a space, would both the cameras actually track you? So that's an interesting combination which we can try out the next time. While I read what's written below this camera, it actually says it's a pan tilt head, which it obviously isn't. because it doesn't have two axes of motion. So I know why they've written that, but maybe it's a good thing to ponder over and check in the coming days. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please do hit the subscribe button, drop me a like, and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos of unbox sessions like these. Thank you.